I feel no pain. You know why? Like, I'm smart when it comes to the Falcons. It's like, you shut yourself off from like.
Oh no, you're just not a real fan.
You shut yourself off from girls so you don't get heartbroken. That's what I do for the Falcons. I just go into the season knowing that they're gonna break my heart, so I don't commit to them.
I think it's more of the fact that you're just not a real fan.
Correct.
No,
You don't care.
I'm good at pain.
You don't wear your jersey on Sunday.
Neither do I, though.
You literally had a jersey on all day on.
Took it off before the game.
Yeah, but like.
And it was a Monday, not a Sunday.
You know what I fucking mean.
Maybe you should start wearing it because your team's 0-2 and you guys.
No,
stink.
I even put on my fucking lucky sweater yesterday. It didn't work.
Well,
You're not
I think
really.
you need more than.
You're
luck.
also like not a very lucky person.
No, I had fucking cancer.
Although he could be getting a big package from Tiki.
From Tiki. Yeah. So
That's
Snacks
that's
had that
huge.
letter written about him.
Huge news.
An article.
Had an article written about him about being from a few weeks ago. You guys saw it about him being the biggest Giants fan, and he just got a text.
Local psycho.
He just got a text from from the guy who wrote the article, and you could talk about it, Snacks.
Yeah, so I got a text from Zach, NJ.com, great writer. He texted me, yo, man, I'm about to make your day. And I'm like, first of all, there's nothing you can do that's going to make my day. I'm fucking miserable.
Not possible. Pain.
But he's like, pain. Yeah, pain.
I was in a lot of pain.
Should we have Animal read it? People are
I can
really
read it. I have the
people are
text.
really big fans of Animal reading.
I may or may not have gotten an email from someone who may or may not have read my story about you, and now I need your address so the person can send you something.
That's a tough read. It was a good job. There's a lot of weird use in there.
So I'm like really
tough scene for Animal's brain.
I'm
right
really
there.
conflicted on like I said to Matt, I said
so
to
he
Animal,
thinks it's Eli. And I said,
like,
if
who
anything,
wouldn't it be?
it's Eli's publicist, because Eli's a piece of
which
shit.
is fine.
Most likely. No, there's no way.
I don't think he'd gas it up like that. Like
Yeah.
I'm about to make your day.
You didn't just ask him. He's just like, I'm not gonna tell you, or you're just.
No, I don't
you
want.
just
I don't
didn't
want to know.
wanna
I'd rather be surprised.
It's like you're hiding the birth of your child.
Yeah, I'd rather be surprised.
You'd rather be.
And then I texted.
But what about this? What
When-
about this? What about the wildfires that were caused by a gender reveal party going on right now?
Dude, it's so crazy.
You might be causing deaths by not asking who is sending you this package.
So when I sent the
True or false?
screenshot of the text to these guys,
Damn.
Nick texts back.
fucking-
It's probably Tiki Barber, and if you guys know, I hate Tiki Barber. So I texted Zach back. I said, one more thing: if it's Tiki Barber's people, please don't give them my address.
Did he answer?
He goes, Tiki's actually moving into your house. You didn't hear? You're gonna be roommates.
He's sick.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm
So you're going to keep
nervous.
us updated on that? I'm
Yeah,
assuming?
if it ever comes.
Chris Godwin clears concussion protocol.
Huge news.
So he's not dead.
Pain.
Pain. That's
Pain.
the word of the day.
The word of the weekend is I'm in pain right now.
I can
I'm,
hear it in your voice.
It was a very
can
long
hear the
weekend.
pain.
I did my best Snacks impression. And I drank way too much this weekend. So physically, I'm in pain.
I didn't.
You're emotionally in pain. What kind of pain are you in?
I feel pretty good.
You're in fantasy.
I'm
pain.
on the up. I'm
You're
on
in
the
fantasy
rise.
pain.
Nah, we're about to turn it around this week.
Your teams
we'll
are
talk about
hurting.
it. Talk about how my team's getting ready.
Your
We're
team's
just
terrible.
We're just priming up now. So
Are you just priming up now?
like those button on the lawnmowers, the little primer button.
So it's because
I didn't hit it the first 2 weeks.
You didn't have a preseason, so like normally where people get primed up, then you wait for it, right? So
Yeah.
does that mean you're gonna go 0-4?
No, we're gonna be 2-2 in a couple weeks.
It's
In
good
2
math.
weeks.
That's very
2
good
weeks
math.
we will be 2-2.
After week 4, I want to give a really quick congratulations to Zendaya
Oh, yeah, she
for
got
being
something.
24
Emmy?
years old. She is the youngest person to win an Emmy for Best Lead Actress in a drama series.
She wasn't even that good.
She
I didn't
wasn't
really
even
like the
that
show.
good.
Thought the show was a little too weird.
Show's a little weird.
No, that's a fun show.
But she is just phenomenal. And even when it gets boring, you get to kind of stare at her. And
She's overrated.
Things get better. I know you're trying to just get some energy out of me right now. But
I was gonna say, I think what we should do is Scott should hit the intro,
It's
and
not
then
gonna
we
work.
come back with fresh, ready.
What
to
about
go
this?
energy.
What about this? Scott doesn't hit the intro.
Just never.
What if he waits for it? I think he waits for the intro. I think this is the episode we wait for the intro.
No,
I think it's a good idea. Don't worry, it'll be time stamped. Intro.
Fuck y'all with your timestamps.
God
Animal,
damn.
Let's run it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm pumped.
Not the intro. Run some. Do something.
Say
I'll
something.
give you a little show guts. What we're gonna be talking about today after that nonsense.
We're not
that we
done
just
yet.
Can you
talked
rip
about.
my guts out,
I thought
please?
the show was over.
We're gonna talk about some running back handcuffs, some RBBCs, basically some guys that we should be excited about now.
So
based
basically,
off of-
Animal just wants a whole show about his team.
based off of like all the the big injuries that happened this week and guys who are just starting to look good as the RB2 on their team, so they might be startable. Talk about some of the injuries. We're gonna talk a little bit about Cam Newton on his. We're gonna make up our own line here for his over/under for his rushing total for the year, for his touchdowns, because
I like that.
I think it could be very high.
Tweeted this in the beginning. It's a LeGarrette Blunt Cam Payne incoming, baby. He might end up with 15.
We're going to do, after 2 weeks of watching fantasy football, or after watching football and seeing fantasy football.
Yeah, you can't watch
is
fantasy football.
Who's the MVP so far for quarterback and for skill position? And then we're going to do a little update on the E-Town Get Down after 2 weeks, how our teams are looking.
That was
Why
good.
don't we just start off with the E-Town Get Down update?
I wanted to save it for the end.
Okay, well, I just want to say I just took down the first place guy. I'm going to be in first place. We could save it for the end, though.
Yeah, we'll save it for the end. All right, let's get
I also want to say Animal's fighting for his life to not be in last
Animal's
place.
already rooting for the 10th place guy to lose because he's scrapping not to be in the fucking woods
Oh, whoa, whoa,
already.
whoa, 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 whoa. Before we get to it, though, Animal did break 100 points this week.
Huge
One-
for the
104. 104.
All
He's
of our,
back, baby.
Our football teams are combined 0-6. They're in pain. I'm not, because like I knew your guys' teams were gonna stink, but I also knew my team was gonna stink.
See, I
You
disagree.
only get disappointed when you have
What's going to
expectations.
happen is this. I'm going to go on record saying it.
You've been on record
By
saying-
week 5, the Giants will be 2-2 heading into Dallas playing for first place.
All right,
That ain't no
let's-
guess. It's what it's going to be.
Let's just end this madness here. Let's get
Oh,
on.
perfect. We're done. Sick.
Let's get on to some of these. See some of these handcuffs. Some of these guys that are starting to get some interest now. It's 2 weeks in. We've got a
some
lot
guts.
of big injuries and a lot of backup running backs that could be usable. Could be even starting running backs now. How do we feel about Josh Kelly?
I mean, how do you not like 23 carries?
That's so. Are you nervous though? Like, is this going to be like
I
a
hate that motherfucker. I have go.
after 2 weeks? Are you like confident to say like he's gonna get split carry work?
Have
He's
to.
getting
Yeah.
no matter what.
Have
That's
to,
it,
yeah.
right?
Look at the way they used him. Listen, I mean, he wasn't efficient whatsoever on Sunday, but like,
No,
but
but
he's getting
he's
the
doing
fucking
exactly what they wanted him to be, and he like looked like a very good NFL player.
Very
he's like
capable.
a role player that's getting a fuckload of volume. So he's that Melvin
He
Gordon role. He just
almost
doesn't have explosion.
Doubled. I mean, he went from 12 carries to 23 carries
Yeah.
from week 1 to week 2. So
They like him.
That shows you like there's some confidence there. Obviously, game
Played
script.
well, man. Like he took the hits and he kept giving them out. So like from a real life standpoint, like yeah, I think the bigger question is like Josh Kelly will be good if Justin Herbert is their quarterback and plays like he did yesterday.
Yeah, well,
That's not gonna
I'm
happen.
sure you guys all saw the thing where Anthony Lynn said like if Tyrod's like healthy and ready to go.
If
he's all right.
Tyrod is
Such a
perfectly at
lie.
100%, he is a starter, which means that Tyrod will be sitting at 99%.
like Tyrod's got a
healthy for a long
hangnail,
time.
can't play today. Like
This will be like
It just makes no sense why you would even bring him back.
it'll
in.
be like
First
the
of
Joe
all, he's
Flacco
really bad.
thing. The Joe Flacco
Yeah,
thing, where it's like, you know, when he's healthy, he'll just sit out there for forever.
So this brings me to 2 questions, I guess. Well, maybe 2. I got to think of the other one. The first one is, if you own both Eckler and Kelly, obviously it depends on your team and how deep your team is, but do you feel comfortable starting both of them?
No,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm ever gonna be comfortable starting Kelly.
I'm not.
I mean, I have to start him this week. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
anyone who
going
owns
to.
him, anyone who owns him and is starting him is because they have to.
And I don't think it's like a Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb thing either.
No, obviously not. You can't compare the two, but
Right.
he is getting the goal line carries.
Yeah, well, I'm okay, and I'm not. I'm sorry. We're gonna bust your chops in a little bit, and I'm not busting your chops now. In your kind of situation, yeah, it makes sense to start.
Bust his fucking chops,
Makes
No, I
dog.
just think this is something that some people are going to be dealing with.
No, it
They're
is.
Like they have Josh
Especially
Kelly, they don't
deeper
know whether or
leagues
not
and
to start.
deeper leagues.
Okay,
they may
so
have
for
went-
instance, like next week, they play the Panthers at home. That's
I-
a Josh,
I would
that's a
start
Josh
him.
Kelly
I would
game.
start him,
It's a
right.
huge
That's a Josh
matchup.
Kelly
I'd start
game
him.
because the Panthers' running defense is
Their whole defense is atrocious.
Which
atrocious.
was going to kind of
say it back again.
atrocious.
the team that played the Panthers this week.
Pain.
Ronald Jones, Leonard Fournette. Ronald Jones was having a good day until he fumbled.
Yeah.
That was always the problem. It's just you never felt like
he was going to do
he
it.
just didn't have a leash, man. Like
Yeah.
he had
Yeah.
to be perfect for him not to lose it. And I saw like Ronald Jones out-snap Fournette first quarter. Every quarter after that, Fournette had more snaps than
Fournette.
Rojo. And then like he provided the one thing at the end of the game that Rojo doesn't have.
The
and
breakaway,
It's
the-
that breakaway home run thing. And like
Rojo has it. You just he hasn't done it. He has it.
If
He's
you
got the
haven't done it,
speed.
do you really have
No, but
it?
he's got the speed to do it. It's just Leonard Fournette can break a tackle and go. So
I think
believe it or not.
we're gonna continue to see Fournette have an increased role week in and week out, which makes it
Here is my next
Nerve-wracking.
question. Now, if you own both Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones, who do you start? Who's the guy? And now, obviously, you're not going to start both of them.
I think it's going to be Fournette.
Is it
so
Fournette?
I would start Fournette.
I would say it's Fournette. I would be keeping a close eye on the reports that come out of camp, but I think like
I'm curious to see next week. Buccaneers come out on the field. Is Leonard Fournette the starting running back? Like, yeah, they get the
this
same
is
amount
one of those
carries,
things where like they fake let Rojo be the starter,
and then give like Fournette
he'll
16
go like
carries.
He'll go
and
like 3 for
Rojo
7 on the
10.
first series, and then they start giving the ball to Fournette, and we're going to see a lot of what we did. And then eventually Fournette will keep making those breakaway plays, and they'll have no choice but to start giving him the workload.
Yep.
Yeah,
I still
so-
have concerns about both of them in the passing game though. Like LaShawn McCoy's running a lot of routes for no fucking reason.
Well, I have concerns about just Tom Brady passing the ball in general. I think he didn't look very good.
No, he
You
looked
said
terrible.
that before the season started. Guy's got his arm's dead.
He had 8.5 fantasy points. Gronk is just
Gruesome.
absolutely.
Gronk is that was just so.
Gronk was never draftable, and he's extremely droppable. There are tight ends on the waiver wire. Like you got guys like Drew Sample is going to be out there now. Who this by the time you see
small
this,
sample, though.
you probably already picked him up. But still, like Joe Burrow's been targeting his tight ends like crazy since he came into the league.
Yeah.
Who's more dead, like Rob Gronkowski or Rob Gronkowski's
Soul.
great grandma?
I heard that. I heard.
more dead.
I heard
What are you
Mrs.
saying
Great
right
Great
now, man? I'm
Gronk
worried
is
about you.
still alive.
How much did you drink this weekend?
Not that much.
I'm actually slightly nervous for Nick.
Look at me.
Snacks is has way more energy and
This is like Space Jam. Hold on, I got an idea.
Are you gonna shoot me in the head?
Put our hands in. This is how we get our powers back. Remember from Space Jam?
Can I get Patrick Ewing's?
sure.
Just gotta do some cool editing shit.
Derrick Henry!
I didn't even do a welcome bike. Welcome bike to the headquarters. This is the Fade the Public podcast. And I'm ready to roll. That's my friend Animal. That's my friend Snacks. And I am Nicholas. And we're here to talk about Week 2 fantasy football. What are we talking about?
So we just finished off with
2 and 2.
Leonard Fournette action. Some other backup guys that might be interesting and could possibly fill that RB2 void. Jerick McKinnon.
Yeah.
Jerick McKinnon going forward. Obviously, we have the injury to Raheem Mostert.
We do. I believe it's a sprained MCL. And we have seen examples of a sprained MCL with many running backs over the last few years. I want to confirm that he has a mild sprain of the MCL.
Who's this?
We don't have
Mostert.
much. Raheem Mostert has looked like an absolute fucking animal.
Dude,
the
he
first
really
year.
has.
He's so fast.
It
It's
sucks.
unbelievable.
Sucks.
Didn't he
got
set the
hurt.
record yesterday on that first run?
Bro, he sets a record every time he makes one of those runs.
crazy.
It's ridiculous. Raheem Mostert's the fastest player, the first 5 fastest players of all time.
That was off my board too. And fucking that's
He
how
was
fast
off all our boards.
That's how
I
fast
still
he
don't
was.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing with a guy like Mostert is when you've done it on such a limited sample size, like this is the concern. You have to make sure that you can hold up getting all that work. Like
Right.
this is one of the reasons that you fade a guy like that because you're getting hit by NFL players. You're going to get hurt eventually. But point being, suffered a mild sprain of the MCL. And again, we're only technically doctors here. But we've seen players. This is something that sometimes they'll go in and make a little snippy, and they'll have to sit for a week or two. But it's usually not considered something serious. And when they're back from the injury, they're good to go. It's not usually something that lingers for too long. So if you have Mostert, you're absolutely holding on to him. Now
Obviously, but if you can get your hands on Jerick McKinnon, or if you already had him, I think he's a must start this week against the Giants. After we saw what David Montgomery just did against them, I just think that with Nick Mullins, he's going to be doing a lot of dump off passes.
Goat.
A lot of dump off passes to Jerick McKinnon this week.
We have a top 5 defense right now.
No, you don't.
Actually, we're 6. Yeah, you're right. We don't.
Oh my God! Why do you have to ruin everything like
Okay,
that?
so Raheem Mostert comes
I'm with you though. No, I'm with you.
8 carries. Jerick
McKinnon
McKinnon,
this week.
3 carries, 77 yards and a touchdown. He had the 55-yard one that popped off. But listen, here's the more pressing question. We also have Tevin Coleman there. 14 for 12. Literally 0.9 yards per carry.
yeah, but
The problem is
you
not
know
whether or not-
Shanahan saw that stat line and went like, gotta.
Oh, we got to do it again to make sure that he's actually that bad. That's what's going to happen. Like,
No,
you
but
know
like-
Coleman's going to be the bruiser guy here. They're not going to give Jerick McKinnon.
No,
I mean, maybe they
it's
will.
It's still 100% timeshare, but there's no Mostert taking away any carries, and I just think McKinnon's probably gonna have 6 receptions.
Yeah, I think he'll be very involved. But, like, I don't know.
And the Giants are going
They
to give
can't
up points.
and they cannot cover a back out of the backfield. So
Exactly.
No.
Look, you saw what David Montgomery did, and David Montgomery
All
has
right,
Mitch
can we
Trubisky.
not talk about it?
Well, George
Just
Kittle
saying.
will be back next week, most likely.
Well, I feel like that's,
Oh,
just,
that's
if
great.
anything,
Yeah,
that
that's
helps.
great.
Kittle will be back. Ayuk
They'll
is on
take-
the field now.
They'll take a linebacker out of the middle of the field for the running back to get open.
Maybe.
and dump
I-
off.
Doesn't even fucking matter.
That's how sharp I am. All
We'll
right.
also
You're
listen.
actually
We're
not
also
sharp,
in a
'cause
backup
Peppers-
quarterback
Peppers-
too.
Peppers is going to cover Kittle.
We're in a backup quarterback, Nick Mullins. Their defense.
Agreed.
You guys actually have a low key chance to. You guys actually might win this. Is this in San Fran or New York?
It's in New York. They have
New
to
York.
fly all the way back here.
They got to fly back here. They're playing against Nick Mullins.
No Bosa.
The 49ers, no Bosa, no Solomon, no
D Ford.
maybe Richard Sherman.
Or not
He was
D
out
Ford.
this week. Solomon.
Solomon. Yeah.
Solomon
you said it,
Thomas.
Solomon Thomas.
They're,
They're hurt. They're hurt everywhere,
They're
bro. Them and the
banged up
Broncos
bad.
like have literally are just decimated.
I tell you what, I take the under in that game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, last one on my list here. He's not signed yet, or he might be. Who knows by the time you see this. But if he does get picked up, Devonta Freeman, does he
Bring him home,
I know
baby.
you
Bring
don't
him
even want to
home.
talk about Devonta Freeman because you just hate him.
It's
but
not a personal thing. He's just been washed. I've watched him play.
He's
I
very
agree,
washed.
but and especially taking time off makes me nervous. But if he comes in as the starting running back for the Giants, no, actually no, never
That's
mind.
what I mean. It's just a
Like
shitty
Saquon
situation.
just had 6 yards. with the Giants.
Saquon can't get more than 10 yards. Why the fuck do we think?
Yeah,
Devonta
never mind.
Freeman will be?
Honestly, Devonta Freeman
Because
is
he's a
Let me-
veteran.
Let me ask: if they don't sign Devonta Freeman,
Deion Lewis.
do you want any? Is Deion Lewis a flex play?
no.
I would. I'd wait. No. But he's going to be
Sterling
heavily,
Shepard's going to be out.
He's going to be heavily involved, Deion Lewis, because
Right.
one, he could block, and he's going to stay on the field if he could block.
He's going to catch 5 or 6 dump offs probably.
all the time. Yeah. He'll probably get like 10 carries.
So PPR flex play. Yeah, or no?
Yeah, I'd play him. Yeah.
Adam,
Gallman
off your
stinks.
board?
PPR possibly.
Gallman stinks. So
Yeah, Gallman very very much stinks. So okay, so would you
they're
rather
going to bring somebody in? And I
would you
think it's
rather start
Freeman.
Deion Lewis or Frank Gore?
Deion Lewis?
The two goats in
I
New
love
York.
Frank Gore though. First thing I did, I walked in here. I was like, "How did Frank Gore do yesterday?"
21 carries, 63 yards. You just don't get much better than that.
He's a god, man.
How do you have 21 touches and end up with 6.3 fantasy
Because
points?
Adam Gase is his fucking coach.
Deion Lewis or Tevin Coleman?
I'm going Deion Lewis.
I'd probably take
You
Devin
hear
Coleman.
that? You hear that grunt?
I'd probably take
It's a
Coleman.
bear grunt.
There's
Like
just
yesterday's
there's
game
more
was
opportunity
bad
for
for
Deion
sure.
Lewis.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there is.
I disagree. All right. Let's get on to.
I don't know the fucking team.
I want to dive a little bit into the dynasty world here for Saquon Barkley.
What about
Because-
McCaffrey too?
Well,
he's
we can
done.
talk about that.
He's out for the year.
Yeah, but that's not so much dynasty.
McCaffrey's not out for the year.
Yeah.
He will be. Trust me.
All right, so you want to talk about that then, you cunt? You want to fucking cut me off?
No.
You cut
No,
about-
we'll do Barkley. No, you're right. You're right. Because he tore his ACL. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm gonna just shadow everything Adam does.
Saquon Barkley tore his ACL. If you
he shook. The pressure's on.
you own him
Pressure's on.
in dynasty.
He's sweating.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah, go ahead.
If you own Saquon Barkley in dynasty, what are you doing with him? Are you trying to trade him? Are you trying to just put him on your IR spot and keep it going? Or
Okay, so it's definitely going to come down to like where your team is at, but
For sure.
Yeah.
But also, he puts you in a weird predicament because, like, if you're a contender,
Honestly, if you have Saquon, you're probably contending. In my
if you have
opinion.
Maybe. maybe,
Well, you
but like
hope
we're
that.
In
like
my
the what it
opinion.
do dynasty. Like I
yeah,
drafted
Saquon.
Saquon 2
Fair.
overall, and
Fair.
now I'm like my team's
Maybe to
probably
start up-
shit
no, right,
now
yeah,
just
yeah.
because of that, and I don't really have. I have like Melvin Gordon or somebody, whatever. I have young DeAndre Swift
So-
who's not going to produce. So like,
ignoring depth and everything, what your team might be like. That's just like in, I guess, was in
well,
a
if you're in a
vacuum.
rebuild,
I sell him.
you sell Saquon.
Yeah.
Really?
Like for what? Like, are you
Well,
trying to get?
that's the other thing too. It
Here's the
depends.
problem. Like, are you going to try and get another running back?
Well, let's
So
just do an
here's
example.
what I
Let's
would
do
do.
an example. I got a DM from somebody who has Barkley.
Perfect. Bring it up.
He sends Barkley and a first round pick next year, and gets back Godwin and Eckler.
Yes, I'd rather keep my. Pick
I'd rather
than
keep the
Barkley.
pick and Barkley.
Yeah.
But that's not a bad offer. Like that's not one I would be like egregiously mad at if somebody hit accept on. You're
I
getting
wouldn't-
2 studs right off, like right there.
I think you should be able to like trade Barkley for those two.
I was going to say I was
themselves
giving
without
up
the
the
pick.
first
Without
as
the pick,
well.
without the pick,
If
yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
be a pick, it can't be a first.
Yeah, maybe a third.
Yeah, like a third
I'm
makes
probably-
sense.
a
A
second-
second
a
could
second's
work
not
too.
crazy.
I'll bring
give
up
a second, get a third back.
I'll bring
I mean,
up one as well that I got on Discord. This guy got offered Barkley. He's in a rebuild. He got offered Barkley and a second. Sorry, we went through a lot of back and forth. I believe he got offered Barkley and a second, and he's giving up Zeke.
No,
He's in a rebuild though, so
I don't want to rebuild with a player who might not play the same ever again. Although I don't really believe that. I think he'll be fine. Just it's one of those things you can
you
get
don't
an
believe
infection.
the rumors and reports that
Yeah,
his demise is fucking here.
He'll never be the same again.
So with Barkley, I think what I would do is
I'm sorry.
For that deal, I'm keeping Zeke. Like
I'm keeping Zeke too.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a
If you
rebuild,
can get Zeke, if you're a Barkley owner and like people are offering you high end running backs like a Zeke for whatever reason,
take that.
You take that. If they're offering you like high end options, what I would do if I'm gonna look to rebuild, it's gonna be for a lot of picks. Or what I would do is downgrade the youth at the position. Like me personally, I love DeAndre Swift, so I would do something like Barkley for Swift, a first, and like a wide receiver 2 or like another first or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
fair,
Get like a young player that you can at least build around. For
I
your
think I
future.
meant to say
You're
if
trying to
I'm
rebuild.
in a rebuild, I'm taking Barkley.
You're taking Barkley.
I'm taking Barkley. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you feel yeah.
Because if I'm not winning this year, you're probably getting him at the cheapest he'll ever be.
Yeah.
So why
You will,
not?
but-
Why
but,
not
like,
take a chance on that?
Is he going to be the same next year? My thoughts are probably
I
like
take my
yes,
chance,
he's
yeah.
The
Saquon.
problem
So
is he like 2 years away from really producing for
I
your
don't-
dynasty
that's the
team.
question. In that case, like you really like in Dynasty, you can look long term, but this
you
year,
still have to buy in
whatever's
next
right
year.
in front of you, whatever's right in front of you is the most valuable year.
It'll be a full year. Like he got hurt week 2. He didn't get hurt. He didn't
Yeah.
tear his ACL week 10. The guy's literally a locomotive. Okay.
No, I agree. I'm
I
not,
think
that.
he'll be.
it's just one of those
Good
things
word,
you
right?
have to.
Should have been no. Don't do it. Don't do it. You already did it.
You have
it would
to.
have
You
been bad
know,
juju if
you
you
have
did
to
that.
discuss it. All right, so
No, it's definitely a topic worth having a discussion.
We'll say
I-
listen to trade options.
Yeah,
If you're
sure.
gonna do it, make sure you are not getting fucking fleeced. If someone's looking to buy low on Saquon, but they're offering you something great, take the fucking deal. He's not untradeable at this
and
point.
if you have offers, tweet them to Scott. He'll give you his.
I got one for you.
send trades.
I got one for you because his team's been so atrociously bad for 2 weeks. If someone sends you an offer, you have Saquon. Someone sends you an offer like Dalvin Cook and like a second for Saquon. I don't really know if I matched those up at all, but like I was just thinking.
So I'm giving away Saquon. I'm getting. Cook
you're getting
in a
Dalvin
second.
Cook, but like the Vikings don't
The
look.
Vikings look terrible, but they did just extend Cook. I like the extension that he got.
He's just one guy I just don't trust ever.
If-
I don't know why.
If I'm contending right now, yeah. Like if I think I have a very strong team and,
Well,
RB,
yes,
and
that's a
I'm an
different story.
RB1 away
if you're
from
like
the chip,
2-0
That's a
right now
different
and you
story,
think you
yeah.
can win it for sure, but if you're 0-2,
I would take the deal.
I'm the wrong
Yeah.
person to ask for.
I would take the deal
Right.
if not if I'm a borderline team, because if I'm like a powerhouse and that's the deal on the table, I'm gonna take it.
Well, yeah, 'cause you're trying to
because
win
Dalvin
now.
Cook got the extension, and I feel good that he's gonna be the guy there for the next.
be there for a while,
couple
yeah.
years, yeah, at least the next couple of years. So yeah, I don't think that's an atrocious deal to take.
I'm just curious.
Wouldn't be my favorite, but
No,
All right, another injury.
it's viable.
Another injury to another great running back, Christian McCaffrey out. What's the official?
4 to 6
said
4
weeks.
to
4 to
6
6
weeks
weeks.
is
High
the
ankle
official.
sprain.
So what? They'll come back in like 4 weeks.
I'm like
reevaluate.
legitimately. You guys call me crazy. I know he's not going to sit out the whole season. They're going to be like 0-8 by the time he gets back.
Here's what Snacks
Why
was
play
saying
him?
before the show. Does Christian McCaffrey play again this year? Because let's see, it's week 2. He's going to miss the next 4 to 6 weeks. The Panthers are already 0-2.
Yeah.
So they could be 0-8 by the time he comes back. Like, what's he
the
playing
point?
for?
What's the
They
point?
have to win every game to be 500.
yeah.
That's
come on.
also hypothetical if they go.
That's also a tanking team too. They would prefer to lose.
I just think I
But
think he's going to step on the field again. I think you're
You know what?
stupid.
At the end of the day, yes,
I do too.
He's a player's player. He loves football. He's going to play. But it's
Well,
not
they have
that
one.
egre-
They
it's
have
not that
one win on their
egregious.
schedule. Week 5, they play the Atlanta Falcons. So, and then week 8, they play the Falcons
I
again.
was gonna
so
say, what about the second
they might
time?
be like a playoff contender
Did they
by
play
the
the
time
Broncos?
C-Mac comes back. I don't know if they do it later. Yeah, so their bye's not till week 13. Yeah, it's their bye and then week 14. So C-Mac doesn't get any luck with the bye schedule. 4 to 6 weeks redraft. I mean, listen, dude, redraft's a 1-year sprint.
Yep.
Like, if you can get him for something with people, being there are gonna be a lot of teams that probably have
He's a huge trade target for me right now.
I was just going to
Trade
say
target.
I'm going to
for
go
both
I'm gonna-
sides.
I'm
If
going to
I
go
have
for
him
I'm
and
going to
if
go for him
I
too.
don't have him. Like,
So
in
if-
redraft, I'm going to go for
If
him.
you're a stacked team, if you have some leverage in which you could wait for C-Mac to come back, like, yeah, I mean, you can go and get him because I don't know why you're saying you're going for him when you don't think he's going to play again.
I'm trying to
he's not going to play again. But I'm going to trade him.
guys,
What is this guy over here?
Guys.
You're like playing mind games with yourself, though.
That's
That's
the only way I know how to do it. I am a sick fucking human being, okay? I am a sadistic, psychopathic fuck. I think you all know that. You guys have known me 20 plus years. I think you all know. None of the shit I say makes sense, okay?
Yeah, but I'm the idiot. Okay.
Well, you are.
You're both idiots.
I was just going to say, just because I'm the fucking moron doesn't make you not an idiot.
Okay, see, let's talk real here. I own C-Mac in a redraft league. I'm just like, I almost feel like I'm just fucked.
Yeah.
Because what
Being
happens
hurt.
is
And that's the
anyone,
number one pick, so your
anyone who
depth's
took the
probably not
one, like,
great.
you don't have running back
Right.
depth behind
All right,
you.
so let's talk about this. You're a C-Mac owner in redraft. If someone sends you an offer for him, like, what are you hoping that offer is going to be? Like, what would you take?
2 starters?
I would need a running back.
Obviously.
Yeah.
At this
Someone
point,
sends you Joe Mixon for C-Mac right now.
Straight up.
Straight up.
I'm probably gonna take that.
I would too. I think that was too much.
I was gonna say that's like the one you put a higher-ish option at running back that I hate. Like I don't want Joe Mixon in a redraft, but like
but he's playing.
if he's gonna give me production for
What
6
about
weeks,
like a Chris Carson? And
I think that's a realistic trade-off.
Yeah.
that someone could do. Chris Carson.
maybe like a lower end wide receiver 3 or something.
I think you're not going to
That's
get
probably
more.
too much. Yeah.
You're talking about a guy that's going to miss 6 weeks, and you're hoping he comes back.
Yeah.
So like people
No,
are
I got
selling
you, I
him
got you.
just to kind of get something.
I might send some offers out right now and see what I could fucking grab.
Honestly, if I could get Chris
I might
Carson
send an
right
offer
now,
out for
I would
her.
take that like 100 times.
Good lord. Yeah.
I missed it. I fucking missed it.
You don't have.
Fuck you, Chris Carson.
You don't have.
You fucked me last year in that game, and you just ruined me now.
Woo!
You don't have snack stinks.
No, you don't have snack stinks.
All right, enough of that. All right, so you would
Give me some names and I'll tell you yes
All right, so
or no.
Carson,
Give me some. Tell me some things and I'll say yes or no.
Kenyon Drake. Yeah.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to think of those like lower. Kareem Hunt.
No.
Andre Swift.
Absolutely not. Kareem Hunt is someone that like I don't know.
You wouldn't take him
What
for
we're
Kareem Hunt?
getting.
I would.
I feel like
He's playing
I
in the
think
next 4
I
weeks.
think I'd take Hunt too.
he's just a fourth quarter person.
Yeah,
Like
but
that's
he's
all
playing,
he's doing.
He's playing
Yeah.
the next 4 weeks of football.
Sure, but like
Like you, can you afford
Kareem Hunt's
to?
not the piece that's gonna keep my team in the playoffs. If I'm trading away Christian McCaffrey, I want something that's like keeping me in the playoffs.
But like then I think you're not gonna end up trading him. It's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Chris
Like,
Carson.
I'm okay holding on to it. If I'm not just gonna trade him for the sake of doing
Like
it.
I would never offer Chris Carson for Christian McCaffrey right now. But
Right.
if someone offered me Chris Carson for Christian McCaffrey,
I would
right
take
now, I would
Carson.
take it. Yeah,
Right.
Obviously.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I'm not going to trade C-Mac just for the sake of doing it. Like if they're going to offer me guys like Kareem Hunt, who I just like, he's fine, but
What about James Conner?
That's
no,
what, man.
I don't believe.
No way.
I have no faith.
What
in
if
like,
someone offered you Zach Moss and Devin Singletary?
No,
That is a good one. I was gonna say Singletary and like
I'm just making shit
it's
up.
another thing. Like no, absolutely not. Fuck that. Hate it. Hate you, and I hate that.
All right, so that's it.
I like.
What about
you. I
Antonio
like you,
Gibson?
Animal.
No,
All right,
Who?
Antonio Gibson.
probably should say yes, but no.
I like the way he looked yesterday.
He looked good
He
yesterday.
looked good.
yeah.
They gave him a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's
All
nice
right.
to see.
What's next on this fucking
You'd love
show
to see
sheet?
it.
Oh, Cam Newton.
Good quarterback.
Cam Newton having
running
a
back.
hell of
I
a
own
start.
so much Cam Newton this
Hell of
year.
a start to the
Amazing.
season so far on the rushing aspect. Had a great game passing last night too. Monday.
What's more
Sunday
impressive
night.
to you about Cam Newton right now? Actually, passing or the running?
Passing.
It's
I
obviously
knew he could
passing.
run.
It's obviously
Yeah.
the passing.
He's looked fucking sharp.
He has. I hated that fucking play call though. That
I thought
last
they were
play of
gonna
the
be-
game.
Oh, terrible.
You knew exactly what it was.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I hate it.
Yeah, it's
They
too-
knew it was coming.
too
What about a
predictable.
bootleg?
I was surprised they
wide
stopped
open.
it, to be honest. It was a great defensive play by the line. But
Bobby Wagner.
the guy who's coming in from the
Yeah.
side.
You see Jeff Schwartz break that down?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
But
he
I was,
breaks it down
When
perfect.
when I watched replay, when he like kind of just shoved his shoulder over to
Yeah.
the fucking left side
So
to
the
move
pull-
Cam inside.
The
it was
pulling
beautiful.
guard, the lane was wide open. The
Right,
pulling
right.
guard, the pulling guard was going to take the guy that missed the block him, but Wagner blew him up. So the guy
This
was able
fucking guy, sorry to interrupt you, but this guy just walks around chewing on his cigar all day, and he stares into Dina's window like 24/7. It's the creepiest shit.
fucking creep?
No. The guy,
that one?
yeah, you'll see him. He looks like who does he look like?
Does he need a light? You should light a cigar for him.
I started videotaping him. I was like, my God, stop walking
maybe
by.
that's all it is.
No, he chews it. He eats it like it's a fucking Twizzler.
Yeah, maybe he just wants someone to light a cigar.
Maybe he should get a lighter because he's been doing that for 2 months now. It's fucking absurd. Sorry, go on.
I don't remember what I was saying. No, anyway, Bobby Wagner just blew the play up. Like he
Okay.
didn't make the tackle,
Right.
but he blew up the
Yeah.
play. That
And then Collier fucking
Yeah,
that was a
yeah,
great
he
tackle.
caused the
just a great play
blowout.
all around. Could have used a touchdown for those points.
yeah,
but-
I don't like the call.
It was
I knew it was coming.
very questionable call. I don't know, like, dude, just put your running back on the field. Get Sony Michel out there. Like, you don't even have to give it to him, but have him on the field.
Cam
so
Newton was
like,
their best running
there's
back.
a
I thought you were
threat.
suggesting give it to Sony.
No, but like have him as a threat. Like they think, like, all
Yeah.
right, they might hand it to him. Like, just that made no sense. You have a fallback out there.
yeah,
dumb.
but
James
But
Devlin.
Cam Newton has
James Devlin really
4
missed.
rushing touchdowns on the season already.
4 rushing touchdowns on the season.
Could have had
tied
5.
for the NFL lead.
Could have had 5.
Maybe
Could have had
does have the
6.
NFL
So here's the number I have set right now. How many rushing touchdowns over under Cam Newton rest of the season? Not fantasy, full season. 19.5 touchdowns.
Over.
Rushing?
Yeah.
Way over.
yeah.
Way.
I was
over.
going to set it at 27.5.
Well, I was gonna go with the LT line.
You should have.
But I think realistically, it's gonna have
Wait,
to
Newton's
slow
way better.
down.
Yeah, I would put the realistic over under at like 11.5.
That's
Oh no,
that's
I
fair.
think he's gonna have 15 touchdowns. No problem.
Nah, he's not scoring 2 touchdowns a game. It's just
might.
not going to happen.
I think he might.
Teams
Dude.
will. I mean, listen, like their offense, they don't have a run game besides Cam.
They do play the
You
Jets,
put one
though.
QB
Exactly.
spy on this motherfucker, and like you shut down the run
Yeah,
game.
but they did have a QB spy on him. Like the run game itself wasn't great, but the touchdowns.
Well, that's what I mean.
The goal
if they're
line
by
touchdowns.
if they're by the end zone, yeah. But like
this isn't his
otherwise-
rushing yards. This is straight up
I'm gonna-
touchdowns.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, the over under for wasn't 19.5 rushing yards for the season.
I'm gonna say I'm really happy for Cam.
Me too.
too.
I'm
It's
really
great to see
happy
him
for
back
him.
on the field.
And
Great, great to see all the sharps who
is-
drafted him in all their
Is
leagues
Tom
and
Brady
have him in
assistant
Dynasty.
quarterback?
People might say that. People
Is
do say that.
Gronk a system tight end?
Oh, that's even the better question, I think.
Is Belichick a system special teams guy?
Stop it.
Was Joe Judge a system special teams guy?
No.
That's the question.
No.
I think he was made by Belly.
No, Judge made
All right,
Belichick.
enough.
So
All right.
Remember when I thought I was the drunk one here?
oh,
All right, so it's week 2 is in the books. We got 2 weeks of fantasy football that we've seen. I keep saying that. I'm so mad.
Yeah, like
We've
fucking
seen-
we've
spice
seen
it up.
football,
2
man.
weeks of
Spice it up.
2 weeks of football. We've seen our players play. Now
You like haven't seen half your
I
players
haven't
play.
seen half my players
Players
play,
stink.
but most of you out there have seen your players play. I want to talk about who's the early favorite right now. Who would you give it to for the fantasy MVP? We're going to go one for the quarterback
Miles
position
Sanders.
and one for the skill position.
Done.
All right. Well, quarterback. I'll start. I'm gonna go Russ.
I'm gonna go with Cam.
That's fine. I don't think you go wrong either way.
I like Russ.
Yeah.
I would say Cam. They're right next to each other in
he's doing
fantasy
it both.
points, but like Cam, where you got to draft him.
Well,
I know.
yes,
I know
of
we're not
course,
going
right,
straight
right.
off value, but like,
Yeah.
Okay.
he's
when you
helping your
put it
team.
that
He's
way,
more
yes.
valuable to your team because where you didn't have to draft Russ, you
it
got a
is-
skill
Get a skill
player.
guy,
It is
yes, correct.
MVP, so
Yeah,
Correct.
you're right.
He
So
is
it's most valuable,
valuable.
but it's most valuable player, not draft pick. But
Yes.
regardless, who would I rather have going forward? Obviously, Russ.
Russ.
Yeah.
It's of course because
Well, here's the thing, like,
there's
Russ-
always that hinge in the back of your mind. Like I'm not set that Cam's gonna be doing this. You know, like,
I know.
I feel like he's gonna get
There
hurt in
ha-
week
there
6 or
has
some
to be-
shit.
this
there has
whole
to be,
let
yeah.
Russ cook thing, like I'm buying into it 100%.
Yeah, same,
now.
dude.
Like
They're-
I'm all in.
they're
Like,
letting him go.
They're letting him cook. Like
They're not
he
really
normally,
letting him
like,
cook.
You always knew he could do this.
More so than they ever did, though.
Threw the ball 28 times last night.
Yeah, but they were 28 deep throws into the end zone. Whatever.
No,
I feel like he only threw the ball 19 times a game last year, so it's an improvement.
Exactly.
it was like 32.5. But like regardless, like I don't. They're not letting him throw the ball more. He's just fucking awesome, and we get to see
He
him on
is.
prime
He's-
time now. Finally,
Is he the best quarterback in football?
I'd say
I think
yes.
I think this is a take where
I think it's an argument.
I think this is a take where like people are going to say this, and then Mahomes has one game, and everyone's like, "Remember last week when we
Yeah,
said
I know.
Russ?" It's going
I
to be
know.
one of those annoying things that we keep going back and
I
forth
think
on.
he's more. I think he's listen. Mahomes
In a
is
vacuum?
obviously ridiculously unbelievable and talented.
I like
and the
Russ because he
greatest
hasn't had a
arm.
line his entire career and he still gets it done.
He doesn't turn the ball over.
In a vacuum is probably Russ.
Mahomes,
Probably Russ.
Mahomes kind of
You give
gets
Russ
a little erratic sometimes.
You put Russ in KC. It's
oh,
Russ.
ridiculous!
You know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
So yeah, I
You'll
guess
have the greatest quarterback ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
agree. All
probably
right,
Russ. So
Russ,
quarterbacks,
Russ,
I'll take Cam for right now.
Fraud, skill position.
Just
I'm
led
gonna start
me to a
off
2-0
right
start.
away with the guy that I wanted.
What's
so
my record?
bad.
Say it out loud and make it hurt.
Say his
2-0?
name.
In
Are you 1-1?
don't say are you 1-1 like you goddamn know him in first
don't
place.
know. I don't really
bitch.
care about your
In go
team.
fade me in E-Town get down.
Wow,
Suck my toes, bitch.
that's disgusting.
Exactly.
I'd rather than toes.
That's just like
Scott, cut that out.
Keep that in there because that was
yeah.
that was
I'm sorry.
stupid. That was sad.
no, just censor it. All right, let's talk about something else.
Skill guys, hold on.
Skill MVP.
Yeah.
I take Aaron Jones. I think he's gonna. I think what he's done so far is literally just the icing,
Scratching the
scratching the surface of what he's gonna do the rest of the year.
I'm gonna take Calvin Ridley.
He's looked good.
He's looked really
Okay.
The
good.
Falcons score a lot
He's
of
the one
points.
scoring the touchdown, so
I will go one at each position right now.
Okay.
I like
interesting.
the Aaron Jones
I
call.
do too. I would take Jones if I was doing a running back.
I think we have to wait for Josh Jacobs tonight on Monday Night Football.
well, see,
He has
that's the other
he,
thing.
he can make a great case for being that
So
after
could Kamara.
his week
They
one.
both could.
Oh yeah, true. They're playing
But
each
I
other.
think
both
Aaron
good.
Jones has a better chance of like throughout the season keeping it going.
Yeah, well,
versus
that wasn't
Josh
the
Jacobs.
well, I
question,
think
so
those
shut
two
your
guys.
mouth.
Well, that's my
all
fucking
three of them.
point.
Not your
Wait,
question.
you don't have any faith in Jacobs and Kamara doing
So
it all
Aaron
season?
Jones with Devontae Adams hamstring pull, like you look back at the receiving numbers from last year when Adams was out and Jones became the number one target. He was averaging
Yeah.
like 7 or 8 targets a game.
About to happen again.
And he just looks so good. And that offensive line, like you can't understate this. That offensive line in Green Bay
It's very good.
is like top
Ridiculous.
3-5 in the NFL.
They're probably right behind Indy.
They're probably right behind Indy. They're right up there with like Oakland. They're right up there with
Yeah.
a few other like Dallas and whatever. So that line is going to make sure that he has a good floor. And if he gets a receiving work, Jones is going to be
Sky's-
a fucking
Ceiling's the roof.
problem. So Jones, yeah, I mean Zeke's been great. He's giving you exactly what you thought he was going to give you. Wide receiver, yeah, Calvin Ridley has to be. absolutely up there. I think DeAndre Hopkins, just based on kind of how he was written off, but Ridley with 4 fucking receiving touchdowns already.
Dude,
Insane.
he's fucking stud.
I think Kelsey deserves a recognition. You know, he does what he does, but this year he seems like a little bit more fucking juiced up.
I got a question.
No.
So Calvin Ridley has 4 touchdowns already? Oh, that wasn't like the question. That was like
okay, yes.
So why you asked me like a question? Yes.
Like I was waiting for you to clarify.
Yes.
Like, yes.
Yes.
Do you think Julio Jones has that many touchdowns this year?
Yeah. I'll give him like 5.
Yeah.
I think he'll have 4.
So 4.5 over under?
Julio Jones just literally had the worst like receiving day probably of his career. Actually, no, he went 2 for 18 against Baltimore 2 years ago. But yeah, Julio just doesn't like the end zone, man.
What about DK?
He's got a harassment.
DK's been pretty damn good. I mean, 17 and 17.
DK's
Obviously
been good.
not going crazy, but him and Lockett.
He's no Atlanta Falcon. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically.
We just produce studs at the wide receiver position and nowhere else. That's what we do. Baby.
Metcalf and Lockett both.
Jamar Chase,
done pretty well.
Atlanta Falcon 2021.
Can't wait. First overall pick.
First overall
They might
pick.
trade up for him. They might trade from the number 1 pick.
You say that like it's funny. Say that like it'd be a problem.
I heard Atlanta's working on an extension for Dan Quinn.
It had been so long since I felt good.
Now they'll throw. Pass is caught. That's White. Brady. End zone touchdown. Extra men on the rush. Ryan steps through it. Throws on the run. And Jones with a catch. Phenomenal catch by Julio Jones on the sideline. Here's Edelman broken up, and the pass is no sign yet. Edelman comes down with a football, and they're saying it's a catch. Handoff. Touchdown, James White. Toss to White. He's in. Patriots win the Super Bowl. Hold is down. Kick is up, and it is good. Somehow, some way, the Cowboys have won it. A devastating loss for Atlanta.
Animal, as show host, can we like get this moving?
I'm done with this. I've been done with this for a little while now. I'm ready to get on to the eat down, get down.
You guys didn't even talk about Kelsey and how it was the greatest 4th round pick of all time.
He's not. Jonathan Taylor was.
Yeah.
Kelsey's better.
Jonathan Taylor's a way better 4th round pick. Speaking of 4th round picks for
Who's your 4th round pick?
Snacky Poo, he's hurt.
Who was it?
I don't know who it is. He's just hurt.
He's
I
hurt.
just know my first
I don't know
4
who it
picks.
is. He's hurt.
Pick 2, 3, and 4 all got hurt. Snacks, let's start with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
You had a win this week?
Yes, easy.
All right, Snacks got himself a win this week against Bertier's mama.
I put up 161, and I have a great name, by the way. And I have Kamara still going, so.
Oh, so it's not even a close. This is an absolute blowout.
It's a blowout,
Wow.
yeah. It's a blowout.
All right, so let's go. We'll go through our matchups that we had this week. Then we'll
Oh,
go
by the
through
way, real quick. I mean, Jonathan Taylor getting the ball like 40 times yesterday. It's
You gotta feel good about that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Gotta
hold on.
feel
Yeah,
good
can we
about
talk about like Naeem Hines? What in the actual fuck
that. I mean,
happened
what do you
in
want
this
to talk
game?
about?
Like
How he was the lead goal line back?
how he was
2
the
weeks
GOAT
ago?
in week 1, and then he had 1 target
the
and 0
vote.
carries.
The fucking Sammy Watkins of running backs.
Went
This
from
is
GOAT to
one.
woe.
Listen, we said it all along. Jonathan Taylor, weeks 4 or 5. It just so happens it started week 2. Hines is
a little
done.
earlier.
He's dead.
I think Hines.
Dead.
I
Hines
think
is gonna
revenge
have a
tour Hines
comeback.
starts week 3.
Oh, yeah?
I think this is his game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
I am going to put Jonathan Taylor as my RB2, not my flex.
that game was
That's
a
the
very
confidence I have.
defensive game for the Colts. There was like the offense, like the whole
Perfect
game was
script.
it was kind of a
Perfect
messy game all around. But like the Vikings were so bad that the Colts defense really just kind of owned that game. So
Yeah.
I don't even know if Naeem Hines had a chance to like do anything.
But that's going to be their game plan every week. Is just to give the ball to Jonathan. I thought Jonathan Taylor was going to have like 55 carries in this game.
He was on target.
He was on pace for it. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, so Nick, you got yourself a win too, huh? Congratulations, you piece of shit.
just put that that little audio clip on repeat because we're just going to keep running that back. Yeah. So
Wait, when do we play, Nick? I'm actually curious. Hold on.
I played against Georgie. This pleases me. He was in first place. He had the C-Mac, Lamar Jackson, Julio start. And that kind of
He's
like
done.
fell into his lap after Thursday Night Football. I was a little bit nervous because he had OBJ going, threw up that 15.4 burger action. And I'm like, shit, there's no way I'm going to. And then he texts in the group me, right? He gets up pretty early, pretty big. And he goes, this is when I step on your throat, Nick. And so, naturally I screenshotted it for when I made my comeback later on. And then Cam does his thing. Terry McLaurin does his thing. Miles Sanders, the God is back. Ryan Tannehill does his thing. Tyler Lockett. Everyone just does their thing except for fucking dumbass Will Fuller. He pulls a hamstring.
We don't play till week 8.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big matchup for us.
We're pretty much McLaurin's got a bye. Will Fuller bye.
He'll be
yeah,
off.
so
He'll be
you-
off-
full-
he'll
pretty
be
much
off
full-
my team.
pretty
You
much
guys
strength.
both got wins. I went the other way.
What's your strategy behind that loss?
Yeah, let's play
mind games
We can
here.
joke about it all we want, but when you have Kirk Cousins go for minus 1.48 points, like it's
So
really,
if he went for
it's
his-
really not possible to get a win.
If he went for his normal, say 19, you still lose.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I had my put.
Imagine
my,
not starting
yeah.
Brian Hill in your super flex spot.
Imagine your highest score. Well, Dak killed it.
Yeah.
Dak had a great game for me. The rest of my team just not there.
All right.
yet.
So listen.
DJ Moore's going to start pumping out.
Let's
big games.
talk
That's
about
why
this.
I want to get ready.
Let's talk about your nervousness level. It's got to be at like a 9.
Don't lie.
No, see, here's what this is why
This
I want to
is-
move on to the matchups for week 3. This is why I feel good. I'm 0-2. Whatever, get over it. Now,
Sounds
Michael
like you need
Thomas
to get over
is
it.
supposed to be coming back, hopefully.
You literally I just said he's probably gonna be back. You believe it?
He might be
The
back.
reports say.
Okay.
So, but here's what I like. I have Jerick McKinnon, who's going to be starting. I have Josh Kelly, who is the best running back in the AFC West. I have DJ Moore with now Christian
There's
McCaffrey.
like 10 better running backs. The AFC West is stacked with running backs.
So-
Jacobs, Clyde,
So
Payne.
Pain in your
DJ
eye.
Moore.
Listen to you trying to say
No,
this.
just hear me out. DJ Moore gonna get extra targets now that Christian McCaffrey is
Yes.
down.
Yes.
Christian McCaffrey is on George's team. I played George's team. That's like a 9-point. It's like a 27-point swing my way right there. Maybe more.
We don't believe in projections, but McCaffrey is projected 0.0, and he's still in his lineup, and they are still projecting you to lose by 10.
All right, hold up. So listen. You have Kirk Cousins as your QB2 and then Derek Carr. So you have to be a little bit worried about the quarterback 2 spot. You have
Especially those matchups.
Cortland Sutton, who's now out for the year. He's gone from your lineup. Now you have to make the sit-start decision between Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, which becomes a tricky one. You also have
it's
O.J.
Leonard
Howard
Fournette.
in your fucking tight end spot, which you think is good, and you should trade someone to me because I have Hawkinson.
Here's the
Higbee,
thing. Like,
and
you guys
Kelce.
can't see this now. I have claims in for 3 tight ends. I'm getting one of them. Okay?
Snacks, we know what we have to do.
I'm
of
getting
course.
one of them.
Empty the fab clip.
Empty it. Bury
You
him.
think I didn't already empty it? Why do
Bury
you think
him.
I'm saying I'm
So
getting one of them?
hold on. Who do you start next week? You got Carr against New England and then Cousins against Tennessee. Those are brutal matchups.
We'll have McKinnon against the Giants, which is a great
no,
matchup.
I understand.
not
I was
talking
asking
about
I was
running
asking
backs.
about your second quarterback.
My second quarterback, I'm probably going to start Carr. I don't think I can confidently start Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but he goes up against New England in New England.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins plays Tennessee, and he just got absolutely.
And that's why I said,
Did you see Gardner Minshew against Tennessee?
Maybe I start Kirk. I don't know.
You
Whatever.
you should start Kirk.
I probably
for sure.
will. But my
Big
tight end edition
Revenge
is gonna
tour
be
Kirk
a
and
real,
Naeem Hines starts now. She's not.
a real
Zero
big
time.
Her nose
thing.
is bigger than my leg.
But seriously though, like, you guys think I don't have a chance this week with Christian McCaffrey out?
Let me look at the matchup.
Like, honestly, like, the matchup's not set for sure because waivers and stuff. But
Okay, so my concern off
Derrick Henry's gonna have 5 touchdowns.
I actually think Lamar Jackson goes for like 40.
I was
going to
say Lamar Jackson against KC Monday night is going to be absolutely
It's going to be ridiculous.
painful. Oh, by the way, we're going to be live streaming next Monday night.
Correct.
Monday Night Football, KC versus Baltimore. We're going to be at the HQ. We're going to go on Twitch or YouTube or something, and we're going to live stream during thy game. So
True story. And by the way, sign up for the newsletter because we have weekly recaps in these for E-Town.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
they're
like,
coming out Tuesday morning.
If you
now.
guys
Switch up.
are wanting like more better recaps for
oh my god. Okay.
get down.
Woo! All right, so
I actually like Adam. I like you this week.
I do too because you have
And David Johnson's going against Pitt. He may score 4 points.
Yeah, so David Johnson, I'd like to say literally go fuck your face if you tweeted at me after like the first David Johnson
one
run.
play.
Yeah, David Johnson's revenge tour was 1 quarter long, and now he got Baltimore, got shitted on. Pittsburgh got absolutely shitted on. Then he gets Minnesota and Jacksonville, so he's probably going to shit back on me. But I don't hate your matchup. I don't love it for you.
I think this is a big like. If I can win this week, I'm back.
It's going to be the.
I'm back.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
You guys don't realize that Derrick Henry hasn't even scored a touchdown yet.
Anytime you say you guys don't realize, that's when I know
that's
you're
it.
done.
He hasn't even scored a touchdown yet.
At this pace, he's never going to score.
Derrick Henry is going to break out. We know that.
He gets
But
Minnesota, so he gets the JT treatment, but then he gets Pittsburgh the week after that. Fuck.
everything behind like Derrick Henry and I guess DJ Moore is just
Pain.
ugh,
Pain.
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 Pain. We see it in your fucking eyes.
Are you going to grow your beard out just so you could be warm when you're in the woods at night?
Maybe. Yeah.
Honestly, no offense, Joe. Joe watches every week, so shout out to Joe. Joe's 100% gonna be last place.
Yeah, Joe's team stinks.
He's shot.
Literally,
Sorry, you know I love you, Joe.
first 6 picks were all bust. Maybe you should have fucking traded with me when I offered you a
All right,
trade.
so outside of my tight end spot, that's my lineup right there.
Cunt.
That's it, you guys.
I got such a fucking wedgie, man.
All right. Wait, who do you play next week?
Yeah, you guys can do your shit matchups.
I play Joe.
Oh, so that's actually really a huge matchup because if you beat Joe and I win this week, then
All right, let's go. Who are you
I
rooting
am
for, baby?
one
We're in
step
week 3.
further
That's
away from
11
the woods.
weeks before the playoffs.
I'm projected
one step further away from the woods.
All right, listen.
Psycho.
Listen, I really, again, I hate doing this because the projections are never wrong. But
Shut your mouth and go.
150 is awesome. That's a nice thing to see on a Tuesday morning. What is it? Today's
Yeah,
Monday.
it is nice. I go against Bert Tier's mama.
Oof.
I love Jason. Me
But-
and him
but
were hugging and kissing each other yesterday.
All of his matchups are very tough.
He's got a sneaky team.
Brady at Denver, Woods at Buffalo, Clyde at Baltimore, Aaron Jones at Saints. His entire team is on the
got-
road,
yeah.
and they're all tough matchups. But he has Godwin on the bench. He's got Judy on the bench, who's going to be a player now that
Yeah, he is.
Sutton's out. Jared Goff at Buffalo. All right, so I actually think his team is
Jason's team.
his team is very
lacks
sneaky
a
good.
lot of depth, but very good starting roster.
I got lucky that I get him in a very like weak matchup, and I
Yeah.
got like Cam against the Raiders. I get Austin Eckler against Carolina, Miles Sanders against Cincinnati. So like the
Dude,
matchup,
Ryan
Terry
Tannehill
against
against
Cleveland.
Minnesota, he might have 40 points.
they're not gonna throw the ball a lot though. I don't
Yeah,
think.
but like he's gonna have to throw it 4 times for 4 touchdowns.
I'm with that. That's
Fuck,
what he
I'm
did.
with
That's what he
that.
did this week.
I know.
4 touchdown passes.
I told someone to start Tannehill over Roethlisberger, and they were
I love that. I completely
They thanked me.
Wait, I actually want to talk about this because we had my strategy going into the E-Town draft was basically to fade quarterbacks and just get them late and target ones that are mobile on the ground, and it worked. Except my third quarterback was Tyrod Taylor. The mistake I made was
Oh, really? That's it?
yeah, I only have Tyrod. That's why I keep trying to trade you tight end for Derek Carr. The mistake I made was because usually when you're in a 10-team league, like we always have, if you look at our board, there's like 4 or 5 quarterbacks that went from rounds like 16 to 20, which are not usually draft rounds in our
Right,
draft, right?
right.
Because we extended it for the COVID year. So normally I'd be able to pick up like a Trubisky or like one of those shitty quarterbacks as a QB3 if I needed it.
all went.
I didn't think about the fact that I'm gonna need another quarterback and they're not on the waiver wire.
No.
So with Cam and Tannehill, like they've been great so far, but that's a fragile duo. You know,
Big time.
because they could both.
You're one Cam injury away from being fucked.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like a little bit nervous about my QB
Honestly,
situation
like,
there.
I
I
hate
just
to even say it, but you should pick up Stidham.
You really, yeah, it's a smart move.
it's
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
Like I hate to help you,
It's the
but
smart
like I'm the
move.
sharp and
shouldn't
I
have
think
done
of these
that.
things, and you should pick up Stidham
You know
I'm
what?
not sure how I've gotten so far without doing that.
because I'm sharper than you.
Are you gonna say, you know what? You're gonna pick him up?
I'm gonna
I'll tell
Oh,
you.
that's right.
I'll tell you right now.
100%.
I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna pick him up. I'm gonna put 0 fab. So if you want to put $1, you'll
on
win. But no one watching this will know that. No one in our league will know that.
No.
Until it goes.
I
I
was
know
gonna
you're
say- I
gonna
was
fucking
gonna say
pick him up
something.
now. You
I was gonna
cunt.
say
No, I got my eyes on someone else.
Pain. You got your eyes on
Oh
someone
wait,
else?
can we hold on? Larry versus Shane's matchup, really good. Just like projection wise.
Is it?
141, 141.
Is that with Barkley?
Yeah, but you can't like look at the projections.
They have Barkley listed as out yet?
He's not in Shane's lineup.
Okay. So that is a good matchup.
That's a good
That's
matchup.
4th versus 5th place. Well, right now we don't have the other.
Well, Larry is on the brink of 1-1. Shane should be 2-0.
Larry's
So,
a newcomer, by the way.
Larry
He's a
Lunch.
rookie. Larry Lunch. Y'all saw him in the vlog.
great kid.
Yeah, I did another one. I figured, you know what? I might be on YouTube.
Yeah, I got Eli and
You never know who I'll meet.
Jesus fucking Christ, Larry. This is a very tricky one. I'm gonna give the nod to Larry though.
I think I like Larry's team here too. I think that hit by Barkley is just going to hurt him too much at
Yeah.
running back. I don't trust Gurley versus the Bears.
I don't trust Gurley anytime.
I see a Josh Allen stinker game coming this week.
This wink.
I don't
This
know,
little,
man.
little winky stinky.
It's winky.
I don't know. If it was in LA, maybe.
Can we talk about Josh Allen?
I mean, I don't really
Really
want
good.
to, but
Really good.
Looks really good, but like people are like, I can't believe someone faded Josh Allen. Like everyone knew his
overreacting.
first 8 weeks were going to be like, dude, he played the fucking Jets.
he played the Jets
and
and
the
the
Dolphins.
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 And
I
the
know. I
Dolphins.
said
Like
the same in the car.
everyone knows that his
He still
early
is
season
like
schedule
very,
is terrible.
very irresponsible.
He's still
with the
leaving a lot of
ball.
points on the field. For
Yeah.
as well as
Yeah.
he's doing, like he's leaving a lot of shit on the field.
It's nice
so.
to say for sure because he gets so much shit for just not being able to throw the football. But I mean, against 2 trash defenses, he's looked good so far.
Okay, let me put a question out there. For who would be like your favorite long shot MVP? Like if you were on a betting website right now and like
Kyler.
anything that's like, no, he's going to be
Not a
too
long
high
shot.
up. Long
Why
shot.
is that not a long shot?
Because he's like probably
Not a
third in
long
voting
shot.
right now.
You think?
Third? No, probably not. But like he's top 5, and the odds are probably not that high for him. But like guys like maybe like a Josh Allen, like who are low key guys that are probably going to get you at least like 15-1, 25-1, or something like that. I feel like Josh Allen probably has to be up there.
I actually figured Allen would be better odds than Kyler right
Maybe. Do they have futures up there right now?
Right now.
Okay, MVP right now. Russ is 1 at plus 300. Lamar's plus 500. Mahomes plus 500. Aaron Rodgers plus 800. Kyler plus 14. So right after that, you have Josh at 2,000, Cam at 2,000, Dak at 2,000. I honestly think Cam at 2,000.
That's not bad.
It's like the value one.
If they
that
win the
you're looking
division,
for.
and he
I was going
like,
to say, if they win the division, he just does anything close to what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Dak at 2,000 is nice too.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I know
What's
you
the
do,
Titans
but,
record
like,
right now?
2-0.
Are they 2-0?
Tannehill at plus 5,000.
That's a
Nice.
good
That's
one.
good. That's good
Solid.
value. Because he's the only, like you have to find a player who's going to have his team win a lot
so
of games.
before the season even started, we did this on Animal's House, and
Mm-hmm.
I picked Derek Carr for my long shot one. It was like plus 8,000.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Well, it doesn't look like it now,
Who did I
but
pick?
before
You
You
the
know what?
season,
I think if Ruggs didn't get hurt, dude, we'd still like
he-
Ruggs went
he
down.
still doesn't open up and throw the ball. Like
No,
He
that
was.
now.
Ruggs
yeah.
had a fuckload
The
of air
week
yards.
one
He was
he
looking
was,
really
yeah.
good. Then he hurt his knee and didn't get a target for
Who
the
did
rest
I
of the
take?
game.
I don't remember.
You took Dak, I thought.
Yeah.
Fraud. Fucking fraud, motherfucker.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah. All right.
We also said Barkley was gonna fucking dominate.
yeah, we said Barkley's gonna be the
Wait,
offensive
what
player of the year.
about what about Drew Lock plus 25,000?
I have a bet on him.
You do?
Well, you also have a $5 bet on Josh Rosen comeback player of the year.
Looks
Dude,
good.
Tom Brady doesn't. fucking
I'd
look
rather
good.
buy a beer with that.
New trade from George.
Oh, read it on the air.
Jeff Driscoll for Greg Olson.
He must know we're recording.
he
In
loves
other
that
news that doesn't fucking matter
Greg
at all
Olson
to
trades.
anyone's life. Yeah, he
Hey,
wants
big
to get
drop
rid.
yesterday, Greg Olson. Big drop.
We have nothing else, I think. Right?
You promise?
Yeah. So like next week. Oh yeah, next week. Stay tuned for the.
Are you about to say live stream?
Yes.
We
Literally
covered
just
that.
fucking plug that. Five minutes ago.
No vlog this week, if you haven't noticed.
Thumbs
We'll
up.
have one next week.
Thumbs up. Comment.
Um,
subscribe newsletter. Monday live stream.
Bagels and Locks is
Bagels and Locks on the
9
Fade
and
Is
Public
on the
channel.
Fade the Public channel.
We are 9-2 to start as a
9-2.
combined.
Is that a true?
Sharps.
9-2, baby. I
Sharps.
think so, right?
I'm 5-1. You're 4-2.
That'd be 9 and 3, boys.
That'd be 9-3.
9-3. I knew there was.
Math
Love
isn't
to
our
see it.
specialty.
All right, Scott, hit the intro.